Superman Legacy. It's the first movie in the DCU, as we all know, and now we know that this movie is about to go into production fairly soon. Of course, they've been casting away, like every day it seems like they cast two or three more actors, and I'm sure behind the scenes they're, building up the crew and they're getting ready to go out there and shoot it. They were in pre-production all summer, even through the strikes. Any work they could do, they were doing. And of course, now that the actor strike is over, the writers are back to work. I'm sure any kind of costume fittings and anything involving the actors, that's all happening as well. So now we know, in addition to all of that, that Superman Legacy is going to start filming in Atlanta in 2024. So, John, I wanted to ask you if do you have any details for us regarding this story? Like, where is this going to be filming? Is this because I know we recently had this story come out that DC Studios is going to establish a production hub at Warner Brothers Leavesden in London, or just outside of London, where Warner Brothers has had a permanent presence for a long time. And of course, Warner Brothers has been shooting a lot of stuff recently in their backlot in Burbank, where all the reshoots and post-credit scenes that were reworked for the recent DCEU films were shot. Including like I think the post-credit scenes for Aquaman and such, and all the would-be scenes for involving Batman, whether it's Michael Keaton or Ben Affleck. But between the Warner Brothers backlots, those stuff in Leavesden, why are they going to Atlanta to shoot this? Like, can you give us a little more detail into what the plan might be here?
So it looks like that the main plan is that it's going to start filming in March of next year. It was originally going to be in January of this year, but with the writers and actors strikes January of next year, my bad. But the writers and actors strikes pushed it a little bit, so now it's going to be in March. So that's where it's looking, and it looks like it's going to begin production at Trilith Studios in Fayetteville. So it looks like that they're going to use the studio for the time being. Maybe that the studio in England isn't quite ready yet, so they're using this in the meantime. So they are probably shooting metro scenes there, like the stuff in the city. So Atlanta is going to be our metropolis for the time being, and then as well as using Trilith Studios for interiors and that sort of thing. So it looks like Atlanta is going to be the main hub for the time being. It's probably temporary until the DC Studios production hub, like that big huge studio space that they are planning to open in England, is just being made now. So they're not doing that right now. So I think that's a good starting point for the time being. I think Atlanta, everybody's filming in Atlanta with the tax rebates they get down there. As So I think that
Yeah,
is going to be a good choice for them. I think that's
yeah,
good
it makes
for what they
sense.
have right now.
And this is a studio like Trillis Studios, which I think part of the Pinewood, like larger organization that like Marvel and Disney have an extensive relationship with. They've shot parts of Black Adam there. They shoot like Steve Harvey, Judge Steve Harvey, their Family Feud, Werewolf by Night, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 shot a lot of its soundstage sequences there. So it's a studio that definitely has the pedigree. They know what they're doing. And like you said, the expansion at WB Leavesden, that would probably, I think that's going to almost double their production capacity in the UK. That is just beginning. So, right now with all the movies that are going back into production, after the actors and the writer strikes have come to an end, there's a race for resources. So I can imagine that, those studios like Leavesden or the Warner Brothers backlot, they already have a lot of productions, taking up space. And same goes for Trilith, like, Marvel and Disney. Disney basically occupies the majority of what Pinewood has to offer. But there must be other production reasons why, maybe like you said, the exteriors. And if they are indeed going to use some exteriors in Atlanta, I'm glad we're going to finally maybe get some real city exteriors in a Superman movie, because like most of Zack Snyder's version of Metropolis was CGI. And I kind of don't want to see Vancouver as anything to do with DC anymore because
Yeah.
there's seemingly every, Arrowverse show, regardless of whether it was Starling City or Central City or, I forget what city Supergirl's from, but they were all in Vancouver. So, and Vancouver is like another big hub. I'm sure like, some of these DCU projects will probably shoot in Vancouver at some point. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that they are going in this direction, and the fact that we're basically coming up on, well, not, January is at our doorstep, but even March is not that far away. It's going to be here before you know it. And then, of course, yeah, it's good news that Superman Legacy is on track to meet its original release date, and also on track to start filming in spring of next year. So, guys, let us know in the comments below what you think. What are your thoughts about the fact that they're going to be starting to film Superman Legacy early next year in Atlanta? I'm sure they're going to be shooting on location in a bunch of places around the world. They're probably also going to be shooting at other sound stages at some point. But let us know in the comments what you think, and like and subscribe for more DC content like this.